Hey there, so this is a Bill Krinard filmosound, and this is actually probably the only working 200-volt filmosound original, Bell and Howell in the world, actually being used as a guitar amp. So this is the only one. And this one, oh, maybe there's another one in South Africa, maybe. I don't know. But as far as I know, this is the only one that's gigging in the whole world. So it's a pretty unique amplifier. And what's interesting about this amp is that it's 240 volts and it's EL84. And this was built in 66, 67. And so basically, the reason you have to know this year is because in 65, they had this tube here, this V1, which was an EF86. In 1966, they actually, which was the year we won the World Cup, they actually changed this tube to a solid state circuit. So you didn't have this EF86 tube in 1966. So this is a 1966. So I asked the great amp builder Bill Krinard, who modified this, to kind of retro install this EF86 tube. So obviously your guitar's going in through this, and it's going through the EF86 before it hits the two preamp, the other two, V2 and V3. So that's how I asked Bill to mod this. Obviously, got a couple of other mods here. These switches. This is a preamp boost, and this is an EQ setting. We've got a pilot light there. It's got a sort of kettle, what I call a kettle lead on the back, and the two jacks, 8 ohm and 16 ohms, were replaced so they can take a normal 1/4 inch mono jack. So what's interesting about these amps as well, they're slightly different from the 1950s ones, which I have here. This is a Bill Krinard modified 1950. 50s sort of what we call a 385, model 385, and you can see the two 6v6 power amp tubes in there, as opposed to this one which was built 10 years later, and we've got the EL84s and a slightly different sort of transformer here, and you can see that this is a slightly more modern transformer there as well. So this sounds absolutely fantastic, having these two amplifiers together to kind of create a dual mono sound, or which I'll do a demo of pretty soon, or else you can do the kind of wet and dry rig, which I'm thinking about experimenting with. So that's what's really interesting about this amp, is it's 240 volts, and we've got this EF86 tube. So this is kind of the amp that never was. And the year after this amplifier, it went fully transistor, which is a lot less desirable, but interesting nonetheless. So just wanted to show you my new amplifier, 240 volt filmosound EL84, probably the only one in existence, and this makes my life a lot easier here in England, so that I can use this in the UK, in Scotland, wherever there's 240. And then this one here, when I travel over to America or Japan, I can use this amplifier here. So there you go, guys. That's what we're running as my kind of main guitar rig. I still use the Mystic Blues for the more louder sort of concerts I do, but these are certainly for recording and for more intimate concerts.